up, Bazzle Babes? It's your girl Joy from Only in Bazzle's World. Well, I am so excited. Today is the day that I show you my classroom. So as you notice, I just came up in here, honey. I don't know if I should turn the lights off or leave them on. I'm gonna turn them off. Well, I'm gonna start over here. You can stay there, Bobby. Okay. Bobby is sitting in my teacher's chair. Let me tell you, honey, that is my chair. That chair goes wherever I go. If I'm rolling up out of here with that chair, that means I done packed my bags and I'm gone. Gone. Okay, so this is the back wall. This is the piece I've been waiting to put together. And I'm so excited. It is a little busy in here. That's okay. I like it. My brain is busy. Okay. So this is my back wall. Maybe I'll turn the lights on. So this is what we have. So this right here, I designed, you know, I used to do graphic design. So I designed that a couple of years ago. So this is my 4th year. So I designed that almost 2.5, 3 years ago, whatever. So I designed this my 2nd year teaching. My 2nd year teaching, I went above and beyond. I'm not gonna talk about that. I went above and beyond. Okay. Anyway, I designed this because with the students that I work with, they're usually challenging youth who've gone through plenty of life challenges, okay? And most of them gravitate to the graffiti theme, and I love graffiti. And so I always want to throw in graffiti, New York, into the classroom because that's what they like. So this is why I throw these elements into the classroom, because it's something that they can relate to. And so I designed this. This is vinyl. And so I just recycle my stuff. I go from school to school, to class to class. I just put the stuff back up. I put the brick wall up today. Bobby helped me with that, so we'll show you a time lapse of that. And I'll skyline. And I think I told y'all about my chair, I don't know. So I designed my chair. This is where all the teachers come into my classroom to sign in. They have to sign in on a computer, then they have to write their name down to sign in. And this is our bell schedule, how our classes go. Our little characters here, I drew those 2 years ago, and I laminated them. I just love them. So I had to learn how to teach myself. I had to teach myself how to do braids. I think they are just so cute. And this girl here, I purchased this graphic, this image. I purchased that image a while ago. So I drew the graffiti guy, and she is my absolute favorite. She's my favorite. And so this is all the stuff on my back desk. So pencils, I keep pencils here. Someone gave me this. Isn't that awesome? So when I did graphic design, the back of my candy bars would look like that. So Andrew, Heather's son, gave me that 1 year. And this cabinet is my personal cabinet where I keep my things, supplies. And I put contact paper on here. It's chalk paper. So I don't know what I'll put there. But I love the fact that I can write on it, and we have to lock it up every night. And while we were putting up the wall, we moved it, and this nicked our little contact paper. So I adorned it with a butterfly because I didn't like that hole. And then this is my little file cabinet that came, and we put more contact paper. These are magnetic. I don't know, I just thought it gave it a cute little border. I can write on this as well. I don't know what I'll write on it. And this I had last year. I have not figured out where to put that in the room, so now it's just sitting there. So this is the back of the chair. I wrote this all freehand 2 years ago. This is all freehand. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. If you change your thinking, you change your life. So in other words, your life is up to you. So you become your thoughts. So try to think positive thoughts, positive. And I do believe in miracles. So that is my chair. Sometimes with that chair as well, I use it as a reward. I don't do it very often. So if a person earns a lot of points in a class, they can sit in the teacher's chair, not behind my desk. I'll show you, you can't sit behind my desk at all. I have silver tape that tapes off my desk. That means do not cross that line. And visually seeing that, it really does help. And I'll show you what that tape looks like. So my desk is taped off. Oops. So my whole desk is taped off. Don't cross my line. And this time right here, I designed that to go with the New York theme, because you ride the subway everywhere. So Miss Bazzle's class, Brooklyn swag. So the kids love the fact that I'm from New York. They get a kick out of it. So they love it. And this line here, I ran out of silver tape. When they are transitioning to leave, we're still working on that process because it's not cleaned yet. We have to practice that a little more. Because they're talking or touching, you know, touching my bookcase and stuff. No, you stand there with your hands behind your back until you're ready to walk out the door. So we're going to practice that on Tuesday. So there are a lot of things I haven't done with the kids because we had functions Monday, Tuesday, half a day Wednesday, half a day Friday. So I haven't had that full time to go over the full expectations and the procedures of the room and practice these things over and over. So we didn't even get to that, and I'm still running behind. Okay, anyway, so this is the file cabinet. This is where I will attempt to organize myself. So I'm looking for my chalk pen. So this will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in plans. And I have stuff in here, my little chalk and markings and stuff. So that's where I will try to organize my stuff. I showed some of you my brochure that I didn't update this year. I don't think I will. This is an award presented to me for Teacher of the Year, letter B. And I always bring my Brooklyn pop-up book that travels with me too. So it's a pop-up Brooklyn book from the Brooklyn Library. Then of course we have alternative seating. So I do alternative seating in my class. I allow the kids to choose where they sit to give them that power of choice. So when they come in, they can choose. They can choose until it no longer works. So the kids can get on here and pedal. I have to come back in. One of the pedals fell off because it's stripped. And so sometimes I'll sit here and so far they love the bikes. And that one's out of commission. And there's a way to get on and off the bike because it will tip over. So we have to practice how to get on and off the bike. One girl got on and she wasn't fully trained. This is stripped, not this one. The one that the hole it goes in is stripped. So I have a few ideas to try to fix it, and I will fix it because I'm determined. And so it's stripped, but I'm gonna figure out a way. But I need copper wiring, so I came up with a creative way to do that. So I do have another bike at home. If I just can't fix it, I will take this to the bike stout, and they will fix it. And if the kids are not doing what they're supposed to do, I'll either take my stuff home or I'll put a closed sign on it. So it'll be closed for a certain period. So I have signs that I put on the bikes and it will say closed. Then over here, we have stand-up desks, which is, they get tired of standing sometimes. I haven't seen one student stand the whole time. So show the bike. A couple of years ago, I was talking with the company, speaking with the company, and we developed a relationship, a business relationship, and he sent me, no, that was the bikes. These I did a donor's choose for the stand-up desk. And and that's just from my Facebook. So I'm no longer on Facebook. But I had this funded in a weekend. So all my Facebook friends helped get this for me. So it wasn't through the school, it was my own funding project. Then we have Oh, and so the kids stand here on the wobble board. Be on here on the wobble board. So now if they're trying to do, trying to do all of that, that means you're not using the wobble board appropriately. So that means you play around too much. So once they start doing this, that means you're not focused on the lesson. Then you have to get off, because we practice what not to do on the wobble board. We're not doing 360s, okay? We're not doing donuts, okay? So far, so good, but that transition, that line, when they transition it, we have to work on that, because they'll want to come over here. No, you're supposed to be online. So we're going to practice that on Tuesday. So we're going over how we pass the paper. How we pass the paper. How do we stand on line? Let's practice standing on line quietly. Don't touch anything over here. Do not touch the gadgets, because now it's time to go. It's not time to play. And so we're going to practice that at least 3 times. Model, how do you come into the classroom? You come into the classroom quietly. Okay, so then we have the balls, the exercise balls, and these are very popular too. So I have 2 of them. They have sand. They have sand in them. And we do model the proper behavior for the balls. If you're bouncing up to the ceiling, you're hitting the ceiling, no bueno. Okay? So once you're doing that, then that means you're not using the balls appropriately. Then you have to get off. So, but so far, I just saw somebody using it inappropriately once. And I said something right away to nip it in the bud. You have to, keep practicing. And as a teacher, sometimes you fall back off your expectations and stuff, but you got to get back on. Especially when you have alternative seating and I'm allowing them to choose, because they've been in a position where they're told what to do all day. So when they come into the room, after the second day, they had to sit out a regular seat until we went over the rules of how each thing worked in the class. So those are the balls. I may do another donors choose to get the balls where it's attached to a base. It's like a full chair, so I might do that in the donors choose. So, but they won't be for me. They'll probably have to stay with the school. And then we have regular desks. So let me show you something very important. Every seating area in the classroom has 1 pencil. It has an eraser, a full eraser on it, and it has a sharpened pencil. So before we leave class, I have a room manager who makes sure all the pencils are sharpened, because the kids that I'm working with, they're not allowed to have erasers, and they're not allowed to take anything from the room. So if I know that I have a pencil at every desk has a pencil. Back to me. I'll go over here. So that means when we leave, there needs to be a pencil at every desk. So I can visually scan the room very quickly to see that we have all the pencils and no eraser is missing. Because if an eraser is missing, I assume they're going to search the kid. So that's why I like to have a full eraser on each pencil, and I always carry the big eraser in my pocket. So just in case somebody needs to use more, to erase more of an area, I always keep one on my pocket, and I always keep a dry erase marker in my pocket. So, okay, so this area right here, every Friday, the kids call it Fun Friday. Oh, that's skinny. They call it Fun Friday, so the kids may have treats, watch a movie or whatever. So this is where all the treats and goodies are stored in this classroom. So I don't know, they put me in charge of the treats. And this quote up here, I need to change it. So if you know of a great quote that I can swap out for this, I have 2 areas where I need help. So this one is, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction that you choose. So the choice is yours, okay? So I love this quote. I've used it for 2 years, but I think it's time to change it. So if you can help me come up with an awesome quote that I can put here, please leave it in the comments below. So these lamps need light bulbs, and I need an extension cord because the only outlet is over there. So these are not lit up, but I do want to. And the butterflies up here. So the butterflies to me in the class, and yes, they're black. I just go with the black theme. They mean when you come into my classroom or this program, you come in one way and hopefully you can transform and go through metamorphosis and leave a renewed person. And so that's the metaphor behind the butterflies, that you're going to change and blossom into a positive human being of society. Okay? So that's why I do the butterflies in the room, because metaphorically there's a deeper meaning there. Then this is a bathroom. Yes, there's a bathroom in my classroom. Not very attractive, so we're not going to look in there. It's just plain, because we can't have anything in there, because you never know, somebody goes to the bathroom. We can't even put paper towels in there, so we leave the paper towels when they come out, wash their hands. We have that right here. So these are some, I don't like to use rules.
You should put a trash can there.
Yeah. Yes, I need to put a trash can. Thank you, Bobby. Put a trash can here. I don't like to use rules, but I designed this. Yes, I designed this several years ago, and I just like it, so it's just gonna stay. But it's classroom rules. Be ready to learn. Say please and thank you. Keep your hands. Do your best. Use your manners. So there are things that you can do. Follow directions. Work hard. Stuff like that. And then of course I got my little Brooklyn license plate, which I like to bring my Brooklyn up in the classroom. And so here I have taped off my board. I have the date, the agenda. I like to write down everything we're going to do. This was last week. I like to write down everything we're going to do in the class so the kids already know what to expect for the day. The other thing that I also have on my board is the do now. A do now, which I took him down. The do now is always written on a board, or it'll be on my smart board, so when the kids enter the room, I do not start the class. The kids start the class. They start writing, open their journals, and start answering the writing prompt. It's always something that they can write about. I mean, so it's nothing like, oh, what is the preposition of the verb and this and this and that? No. So it's always like a life question. What would you do if you're faced with a danger, blah, blah, blah. So it's always something that they can write about, and it gives me time to take attendance. So there should never be a time when you come into the room and you start having a conversation. No. No. Because there's always work. And there's also finish your work. And what I don't like, I'm finished, miss. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just put your pencil down and then start reading your book. So on Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to do a book tasting, because I want the kids to choose a book that they want to read, not a book that I want them to read. So it takes a full, maybe 2 class periods to go through this process. So, and these are little quotes that I have down here. So I put little quotes for the class. I might switch them out so they just go along here. Bobby helped me put those up. Child, my ADHD kicked in, and I was like, just slap it up there. She was like, no, Mom, I need a ruler. I need a ruler. It needs to be perfect. I couldn't do it. So she helped me, and she helped me tape off my board. I just couldn't. So she helped me tape off my board, and she helped me put my black contact paper up, because it would have been a hot mess if I had done it. I didn't have the patience for it. But you know, ironically, if I'm drawing something, it slows me down. It's therapeutic for me. And so have the lights around, and this is still up here that I don't want to take it down. So over here is where I put the students' work. I have a manager who collects paper, so all my periods, they'll put their work in here for all my periods. I still need to add some labels, so that's where I add that stuff. So we have a paper manager who will collect papers, and they know exactly where they go. I need another table, so I don't know. I requested another table because this is a favorite in the classroom. It is a favorite in the classroom. Then we have my board, my show-off board, in like New York City board. I like to display student work, so if they do something amazing, kids love having their work displayed. So these are clips, and you just clip a paper under there and display their work. So we want to celebrate the children and focus on positive behavior. This right here is a box that I got from the grocery store. It was actually a Kotex box. And I asked for it and spray painted it. It took 2 cans of spray paint. So I'm still trying to figure out what's gonna go here. So we have plain paper, copy paper, we have a tissue box for the kids. I need to figure out how to put the pencil sharpener over here. Right now, this stuff may move. We have some games, bingo, synonym bingo, and boggle. I love playing boggle. The kids don't like when I play. We have some more pencils that I will probably move. Yeah, so this stuff, I'm still setting this stuff up. So this is called the student center. So then we have over here, I call this, oh wait, and then this is my chair. See, I usually have this chair over here, but since people like to sit over there, so I will maybe keep it here. So when I'm ready to sit on it, or if we're doing something, oh, I don't know if other teachers are looking, this is great to have. If you ran out of time, this is great to have. So the class is kind of divided equally on 2 sides. So this would be one team, this would be another team. You call out a question, the kids and I played it. I just haven't edited that yet. So the question would be, the money charged for sending something by mail. The money charged for sending something by mail. What is that called? Do you know, Bobby?
Say it again.
Can you guess? Leave it in the comment section below right now. Come on. Come on. The money charged for sending something by mail. What do you call it? Ding, 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 ding. Can you get it? Can you get it? All right. You couldn't get it. It starts with a P. Starts with a P. Come on, Bobby. You don't get it? You got to get it on your envelope. You put it on the envelope.
Postage.
Postage. Yes. So if you guys want me to play this game some more with you guys, let me know in the comments below, okay? So the kids and I played it. I just haven't edited that yet. So, okay. So all the kids love it. You're supposed to blurt out your answer. So over here, I call this my Starbucks area. Right here, I got it from a thrift store, and it took a lot of work to bring it back to life. It was a lot of work because it was disgusting. And I painted it black. I added these on there. So these are extenders. So I added that. I took the chair, I refurbished the chairs. I ordered this graffiti material. This was 2 years ago. I ordered this graffiti material from England. That's the only place I could find it, and I don't know what it says on it. But I fell in love with it, and I recovered the chairs. It took about 2 weeks for the material to come, but I was so excited when it did. So I covered this, and I have a bench. Oh, no, I can't fit the bench in here. I still have a garage full of stuff. Remember the white bench? And so this is the story with that, and the kids love it. They feel sophisticated sitting here. And this was a treat. This will be where I put my anchor charts. If we're doing a lesson, my anchor chart will be here. I'm not sure if it'll be here or if this will be my word wall or if it'll be here. So I haven't decided, but I like things in frames. I do have another big frame where I could put a frame right here, but I'm not sure if it will clash with this, I can't put the frame won't fit here. So I don't know. This will be the word wall. This will be the word wall. This will be my anchor chart wall. Have not decided, but I like the idea of putting the anchor chart here. So I'm still working on that. So that's that area. This area over here, I was trying to make it look a little better with these ugly vents, and when the AC kicks in, it is so loud. I wish it wasn't so loud. You can't hear. It's really hard. So these are the classroom procedures, how to enter the room. I designed these 2 years ago and put them in some frames. I took the glass out so there will be no glass. If you're absent, what should you do if you're absent? And my whiteboards are not magnetic, so I had some things you can stick to the board. They were like little sleeves, so I can't put those up, so I need to find a place where I'm gonna put my absent work. And they can't have homework. Don't give the kids homework. So these are some of my procedures. I say what a procedure is, so we break that down. And if you finish your work early, I'm still working on my bingo sheet, so you choose something on a bingo sheet. And I do hand signals. Okay, for the class, I do hand signals. We will really start getting into them next week. We will practice over and over because with you getting up out of your seat, I need to know why you're getting up out of your seat. And they've been pretty good about asking to use the restroom, but I feel as though if you're like, may I use the restroom please, the whole class do not need to know you need to use the restroom. So the sign for using the bathroom, we put up 3 fingers. That's all they got to do. And the class size is small, so they put up 3 fingers and they just go, and I just nod. So, you know, a kid is getting up, I don't know if they're going to, you know, hit somebody else or whatever. So just the hand signal, and then I use ClassDojo. I walk around with my iPad, and if I'm like, oh, thank you, I like how you used your hand signal to use the bathroom, that means you're following procedures, you're following the process, you get a point. So, you know, I'll let them know so the kids can also hear, because they love getting points and getting that treat at the end of the week. So that's how that goes.
Oh, your camera's about to die. Hurry up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it has a battery flushing.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So this is where we keep the textbooks. This is where I put all my different periods that I teach. So first and second period kind of learn the same things. I blocked off my board like this. My camera is about to die. So this is the smart board. This is my library that I worked so hard on. And I'm going to let you see the room. Just a tour of the room. This is my supply cabinet right here. This is where I keep the teacher supplies. And I put these appliques. So just scan the room. To find a quote or something to put up there. Right now it says Bazzle. The kids used to have that in their room. I just bought it. So this is our library area, the read. I think we got everything before my battery died. So now I'm on my phone. I have one for each of my periods. Got first period, second period. So they put their stuff in these drawers. The kids fell in love with it. I hope you like it. Please give this video a thumbs up and please share this video with your friends. Yo, dude, check out this classroom or whatever.